now then, Hammer friend, caution to the wind here. Caution to the wind, okay? Don't go celebrating just yet, my dear friend. Okay? Don't go partying just yet. It's been a while since we did a little arena update with you, hasn't it? Yep, it really has. I mean, this time last year, I thought me and Hal would be doing these more frequently, you know? But it's been really, really like a slow burner. But the next hurdle has been cleared. And I think what this has now done is it pretty much confirms that the Coyotes will definitely still be here next year. So you can jump up and down for that, Howler. You can party to that. But Howler, I think next year you are definitely drowning in the last chance saloon. Alright? Because I do not think after next year you're going to be so lucky. Alright? You are literally, mate, drowning in the last chance saloon. You really are. But yeah. So, oh pray tell, what's been going on? Well, let me get you up to speed on that. So, the Coyotes now have found a plot of land in Phoenix where... Have we done the debate whether you should go back to me and the Phoenix Coyotes yet, Howler? No, we'll do that another time. Not got time today. We'll do that another time. Because we could have that debate. Okay. So they found a plot of land in Phoenix, in North Phoenix, I should say, where they would like to build their brand new arena for. However, there's a little snag. It's not as straightforward, because this plot of land is actually going to go up for auction. And with the auction, you have to give 10 weeks notice prior to the auction taking place. So given that timeline, that means you could not see this auction take place till probably either May or most likely June, when all is said and done league-wide in terms of actual action, in terms of hockey. We enter the off-season. So yeah, so what had happened was the Arizona State Land Department Board of Appeals, they unanimously approved the appraisal of the 95 acres that's going to go up for auction. Now, the minimum bid that you would need to put in this auction is $68.5 million. I know, Howler. It's a lot of cheddar. It's a lot of cheddar, Howler. I know, it's a lot of cheddar. Okay, but that is the minimum. So there's going to be no place in the sun haggling here. It's 68.5 minimum. No. Okay, no. There's going to be no haggling with Ben Hillman and Jasmine Harmon. No, on Place of the Sun. None of that. There's going to be none of that. You want to put a bid in? The minimum they'll take is 68.5 mil. Alright? So shut up for that now. So this decision obviously sets the stage for the Arizona State Department to sell the land at auction with as I just mentioned, the starting price of $68.5 million. And of course, the next step, obviously, to set an auction date. Now, as I mentioned, that has got to be publicly advertised for 10 weeks. So, you're looking at most likely May, or more likely June, which by then, the league will have obviously crowned a new Stanley Cup champion. We live in hope. We live in hope. Operation Dethrone Bakers is hanging in the balance as we speak, but it's hanging in the balance. Can't ever say this, how it all rests on Nordy. I know. It all rests on Nordy. But hopefully by then we'll have a new Stanley Cup champion. Pray to the gods. No, you've got other important bits to pray for the gods for, Howler. Than that, you should get down your knees praying, but not for that. You've got other bits to pray for. Yeah, go on, do it. Pray now for a new arena. Pray you win the auction. Oh dear Lord. Right. Okay. Which is not really ideal because you'd think the league would want to really wrap this up. I mean, because this is turning into a clown fest. It's turning into the sort of clown fest that I went through with the Oakland A's in Major League Baseball. And I can tell you, Howler, that did not end well. I've still got the scars to prove it, alright? That did not end well for me. Yeah, because the longer this drags out, the more uncertainty it creates, okay? I know this from my time with the A's. It just creates more uncertainty. Especially as how there are markets elsewhere in America that want a bite of the apple. You've got Salt Lake who are eager to do it. As remember from their statement back in, was it February time maybe? I think it was maybe Holla. Back in the year, with their statement asking for the league to give an expansion, they said we could be ready to host a team this time next season. They said they could be ready. Not gonna happen. But they said they could. So you got Salt Lake's passionate. You've now got, wait for it, Howler, Atlanta back in the game. I know. I will be doing my thoughts on that very soon, but I'm like, exactly. How you can't see right now, but Howler's banging on my desk at the thought of a third team in Atlanta. Yes, Howler, they get the point. We don't want it. Thank you. Don't bruise my desk, love. Don't bruise my desk. Alright? Don't do that. So, yeah. So with other markets really sort of sticking their nose in where it's not wanted, that really should really put the pressure on the Coyotes here. But clearly, it's probably not. So, the Coyotes owner, Alex Morello, looked at various potential sites around the valley before zeroing in on this tract of land near Scottsdale. So he said, and I quote, "I think people are craving certain..." Sorry, this is for Commissioner Bettman, sorry. So this is what Commissioner Bettman said recently. He said, and I quote, "I think people are craving certainty." But this isn't a 60-minute game where the light goes on and the game's over. Morello's working on it. We still have some time. I don't know about that. Obviously, the Coyotes have been searching for a permanent arena since they were evicted from Gila Arena in the 2021-22 season. Of course, they've been spending the last 2 seasons in Mullet Arena. It looks like there will be a third there. Yeah. But really, Howler, you are so going to be next year. You are so going to be drowning in the last chance saloon. Because it's just... The players don't want to be in that arena. The leaders don't want to be in that arena. But they're putting up with it because there's some blind faith that they still feel that Arizona can work. And you know, I applaud Gary Bettman for doing this. Actually, do you know what? Actually applaud... I know my stance is kind of changing. That's because having been through this with the Oakland A's, I know this is going to end. I think, actually applaud Guy Bettman for actually still standing by Howler, standing by Arizona, saying it's a viable market. And I would have this is what I would have loved in Major League Baseball for my Oakland. This is what I would have loved. Just not the case, but obviously not the case. But it's all fine now. There's a better team coming to Oakland in May, so it's all fine. It's all fine. Yeah, so I applaud Guy Bettman for doing that. But there is going to have to, unfortunately, come a point where you have to, at the end of the day, say, like we did in Atlanta back in 2011, there has to be a point where you say, we've done all we can, we are now left with no choice but to hit the relocation button. Okay. So obviously, that button is a last resort. It should only be pressed when all options have been exhausted. And I really don't want to say this, but I feel we are getting there. Because where else are we going to go? You know? And I feel like now, Howler, you need to be on parallel paths here. Okay. I'm going to explain this, but I don't think the guys are going to listen to this. It's anything to be, if Tempeh is anything to be learned from last year. The Coyotes now technically. Can you mind Howler for a second? Thank you. Just help me out. Second, thank you. The Coyotes now need to look at this as being on two parallel paths. There's one path where you win the auction, you get that land, and you build on it immediately. That's one path. The other path has to be if you lose the auction, and you now start looking at what other alternatives are. Most likely relocation. Okay, the Coyotes cannot afford to do what they did this time last year with that referendum in Tempeh, because they literally with Tempeh put their eggs all in one basket, because they really thought Tempeh was going to work. Now, who told them that? Okay. Who did they have their own set of pollsters tell you that? You're not learning by now. Pollsters lie! Pollsters lie! Alright? I mean, I always say here in England, when we get to that time of the year, don't trust the polls. Don't trust the polls. Go out and vote. Don't trust the polls, guys. Pollsters lie. Lie in 2015. Lie in 2016. As examples. Not pretty ones, but lied then. Oh, lied in 2017. But that was a good time. That was a good time when they lied then. Served you right, Teresa. But, yeah, pollsters lie. So, but literally, they put all their eggs in Tempeh. They never thought about the what if. You know, the what if scenario of if they lost that referendum. And it's put them on the back foot. And it's time that's been lost. Time that's been lost. Because you could have had this reach a more natural conclusion quicker if you had been on parallel paths from the very beginning. You know. No. Because the Coyotes will face stiff competition for this land. I mean, right now, we don't know what other bidders would be, because obviously this has only just been cleared to go to auction. Obviously, you are the prime bidder. But who's to say when this actually, the auction date's set, who's to say that maybe come 5 weeks down the line, other bidders throw their hats in the ring. So, you will face stiff competition for this land. There's no question about that. You're going to face competition. Okay. But please do not make the same mistake. You know how much I want you to get this. You know how much I want you to be secure in Arizona. You know I have a soft spot for you, Howler. But so please, this is a friend giving you advice. Please take it. Do not put all your eggs into this one basket. Don't make the same mistake you made in Tempeh last year. Please learn from last year. Do not put your eggs in one basket, okay? If this fails, you've got to also at the same time start thinking about what else. Because I actually don't know what else there is left after this. This is probably going to be your last shot. This probably will be your last shot. Because where else are you going to go? Because Gira Arena kicked you out. They vote to evict you by unanimous vote. Kicked you out. Tempeh voters rejected your propositions overwhelmingly. All three got shut down by overwhelming majorities. The other place you probably could go is the Suns Arena, but it's not. But there's two problems. A, it's not configured for hockey, like our Barclays Centre was with the Islanders back in the mid-10s. And B, I'm not sure the Suns would actually want to share with you. So that's not ideal either. So really, Howler, you are kind of literally pretty much nearly run out of road. You really have. This probably is going to be your last shot. And if this fails, then maybe next year will be the last hurrah. Because what else can you do? Nowhere else to go. Okay. I don't want that. I cannot stress enough. I do not want to lose you. I really don't. I do not want to lose Howler. I really don't have a soft spot for this. I don't want to lose Howler. But the reality is kicking in for me, and you are slowly losing me. I am slowly getting into like the 60-40 relocation. Is right. Isn't the right? I'm getting close to that because you are really running out of options. Unless you can find an option that this fails, fine. But you seriously, Howler, I don't know if the Coyotes realise this, but you are seriously running out of room to manoeuvre. You are running out of road. Your options are drying up. So please, whenever this goes to auction, whenever the date gets set, please don't put all your eggs into one basket, because what happens if this fails? I don't think the NHL is going to be patient for much longer. The NHL keeps saying, oh, we've still got time, we're still working on the things, and all this and that. Yeah, but really, secretly, how many of you actually are keen to still keep pushing this down the line? I don't think the league will, all the ball goers for that matter. I don't think they're going to be patient for that much longer. It would not surprise me if they are running out of patience for this, because it is dragging on. There actually isn't really an end in sight. Yeah, so I wish you the best of luck, but please take my advice. Prepare for all options. Just don't put it in one basket. The only good bit of news this means is that I think the relocation rumours can be put to bed for now. Okay. Like I said, it's too. Because like I said when I did my thoughts on that with Salt Lake, when they did a statement, it's too late now to really start looking at doing it for next season. Because you would need to have a draft done, especially to fill up your roster. You'd need to have your arena configured for hockey. It's not ideal. It's not. Actually, the Delta Center is not actually set up hockey anyway, so it's not really good. But it would probably be the ideal temporary base while we're waiting, obviously, for the 2034 Winter Games. So, yeah. Because the idea is obviously how to have a nice shiny arena, obviously, for the Olympics in 10 years' time. Which will be confirmed this summer. That will be confirmed this summer, along with the French Alps in 2030. But yeah. So, yeah, there's a lot of happening. But I think it definitely means that the Dallas Coyotes definitely will have a season next year in Mullet Arena. But I would not be surprised if that is the last chance. I mean, I did of course this time last year said that if by the end of this season nothing happens, hit the button. I'm prepared. Button. I did say that. I have been. Yeah, thank you. I have been standing firm. But you know what? One final chance with me, alright? Because this auction's gonna happen now. You've got opportunity to get something. For me, you get one final chance. But if when we get to the summer howl and this auction happens and you lose, I will be unfortunately saying, if you do not see in concrete by the end of next season, then I'm sorry, press the button. Alright? That's the terms of the deal, Howler. I'll give you a reprieve while you go and do this auction. But if you lose this auction, I'm being serious, Howler, if you lose this auction, that's it for me. Sorry, hit the button. Because there's no other roads that you've got left. No other roads. There's no other roads you can pick up. You've exhausted all your options. Unless you're prepared to go back to Gear River Arena and get down on your knees and beg them to take you back. Ain't happening. Okay? So this really is your last chance. If this fails, I'm sorry. That's it for me. I will be like, next year, you've got to be sorted by the end of next year, or I'm sorry, Howler, the button's getting pressed, and you most likely will probably go to Salt Lake City. Because they're the only ones right now, really, that could house a team. Yes, the arena's not great, but they actually could do it. So, yeah. But, yeah, so we will be keeping watch of this very closely. And, of course, obviously, when the auction happens, we'll, of course, let you know. And thinking, because we'll sure be back to get our thoughts on that. Know how it's gone. Yes, we will. Howler's hoping it'll be good, so that means he doesn't have to hear me literally just lay out my plans for him getting relocated. But like I said, I really don't want to lose you, Howler, but I'm sorry. This needs to really wrap up now. It really does. It really does. Okay. So. You are, like I said, my friend, to finish off, you are drowning in the Last Chance Saloon. You really are. So, thank you for joining today. If you love it, like button. If not, subscribe to the channel because it's sort of see my content episode or do it. Really bad, it's kind of my official run. Until next time, it's goodbye from Howler. And from me until next Wednesday.